I yield back.
Ms. Ellmers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ambassador Sapiro, I'm from North Carolina. I represent the 2nd District. Textiles and tobacco are very important in my district. My first question to you is in regard to tobacco. A moment ago, you were mentioning the amount of transparency and trying to increase the amount of transparency. I was recently told, as a member of Congress, that I am allowed to request the language on tobacco within TPP. However, I am not allowed to share any of this language with my staff or any of my constituents that have concerns. My question to you is, why have we not seen this language? And why is the USTR attempting to halt the discussion of the tobacco exemption in Dallas as we speak? And why are they unwilling to share the language on this issue in the agreement?
Tobacco question is obviously an important one that is being worked first interagency and with Congress and with stakeholders. I know I'm not personally involved in that discussion because I'm not handling the TPP negotiations on a day-to-day basis. But I know it's been the subject of a lot of discussion and consultation in terms of finding the right proposal to move forward with. So I we just want to reassure you that this is a very important issue, one that the administration and USTR is taking very, very seriously. And we are doing our utmost to work with everyone to find the right path ahead.
But the question being, why is, again, on the issue of transparency, why would the language not be readily available for, of course, myself, but I would need to go over that information with my staff and possibly some of my constituents who are tobacco farmers and have these concerns. Why would that be not forthwith? Why are we holding back on that?
Well, I can't speak to the exact details, but what I can say is we do a significant amount of outreach with Congress, at staff level as well. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I do think in general we tried to be very transparent with Congress because it's such a important part of what we do, making sure that we're being responsive to you and your concerns and the concerns of your staff.
Great. Well, then I will make sure that my staff is reaching out to you on those issues. My next question, and I understand that my colleague, Mr. Mulvaney, has already touched on this issue, and of course that is the yarn forward rule. And my understanding is now we are looking at possibly changing that and going forward with a flexible rule of origin. And of course, again, in some of the discussion that I listened to with my colleague, Mr. Schilling, you were talking about the concerns that we have with China, and yet this will actually benefit China. And so I'm wondering, why on earth would we consider this rule and once again throw the textile industry under the bus, as was done in the South Korean Free Trade Agreement, forcing textiles to work against another free trade agreement, as well as, for instance, myself. I am a big proponent of free trade, fair trade, but I had to vote no on that agreement because of my textile industry. Don't do that to us again. And I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that that doesn't happen. But if you could maybe just touch on that again, I would truly appreciate it.
I'd be happy to, Congresswoman. I can't stress enough how important the textile industry is to our ability to trade. And we take their interests and their concerns very, very seriously. So I just want to reassure you that we are doing that in TPP as well. This is an important issue, an important constituency, and we want to see them succeed.
So why would there be some favorable thinking here on the flexible rule of origin rather than the traditional way that we've looked at this issue when it comes to the textile industry? I mean, where is the change, and why have we made that?
I've not been involved in the specifics. Our chief textile negotiator has been very involved and is working this issue in Dallas. But I can say as a general matter that we are very committed to making sure that all of our exporters, including the textile industry, remain competitive and that they remain a vibrant part of our own economy.
Thank you. I'm sure that will be reassuring to the textile industry. Thank you, and I yield back the remainder of my time.